Hello guys, so welcome to tonight's show. My name is CHUKS and you're on JFL TV, the home of football. So if today is the first time we see our program, for you to bring you the latest Arsenal news updates as they drop all over the world. So for now, I'm going to start with today's evening show. Alright, so reports reaching us from the Telegraph. One of the journalists, one of the reports say Victor Gyökeres say in likely destination na Arsenal. So they say Arsenal sporting director Andrea Berta is believed to favor a move for Victor Gyökeres. As things stand, it is believed Arsenal are Gyökeres' most likely destination should he leave Sporting. Who is making this statement? Jay Burt, who is a Telegraph journalist. So I can't follow the link. I go see who is Jason Burt. So he's the chief football correspondent for the Daily Telegraph and the Sunday Telegraph in UK. So he's the one making all these assertions. I'm about to talk plenty. Now, and the other reports get from Football London because a Gyökeres transfer twist. So since the arrival of Andrea Berta as Arsenal sporting director, Arsenal transfer links to Sporting Lisbon star has only increased. Now, obviously, Gyökeres, they enjoy the play well. Now, another journalist, Pedro Almeida of Portugal, when they talk, say Liverpool don't also identify Gyökeres as a top target for the summer because they want to replace Darwin Núñez. Now, and slot side are on the hunt for a new striker despite having won the Premier League. So because everybody looks say Isaac is very expensive. That's why Liverpool are not looking at Isaac. Arsenal is not looking at Isaac. Nobody they really look inside. They don't even get buyout clause to make the team easier. So everybody's looking at Gyökeres. So more just to watch. I still have another report. Gyökeres' stance on Arsenal transfer. So we're going to hear from the Times this time around. Say Gyökeres is expected to depart Portugal in the summer transfer window, and many people believe say Arsenal not there in the goal because according to the Times, say Arsenal are right at the front of the queue with new sporting director Andrea Berta favoring a move to sign the 26-year-old. Now they've made it clear that the player himself even wants the move over Manchester United. So it is very key because this is one of the areas where we need to strengthen ahead of next season. In fact, I go like him. So the first transfer will be here once season don't end. I say breaking news. Arsenal signed Victor Gyökeres. Everywhere was stew. I go be very happy. But from the look of things, maybe now Zubimendi deal, then go be first. We'll go here because don't forget Arsenal have a deal with Real Sociedad, like verbal agreement. Yes. Now that's that. So now we're going to see this image where they trend all over social media today. Why is it trending? Last season, when we come out for Champions League against Bayern Munich, this image was put out as the reports last season that will come out. So the contract say, okay, after Arsenal's elimination against Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarterfinals, the feeling among the hierarchy in Arsenal was that the team lacked a certain X factor in attack. We needed something special to unlock defenses at the biggest occasion. This news was put out by Gunnar's blog, and Gunnar's blog is closely affiliated with the Athletic and David Ornstein. If you check David Ornstein profile, in tag them there, in all this, like just like they're being brother. Every time they talk, now they talk. Now, how is this relevant in 2025? Because after we come out against this PSG, Arteta made the same statements that we needed something extra to help us unlock them. Now, the narrative out there is this was the problem. Same problem will affect us against Bayern. Same problem don't rear its ugly head against this PSG. Since they identified that problem according to news reports, why was that problem not fixed? Now there be the first arguments. Now, based on the things I talked today, there are some people who believe no, Arteta should never ever be sacked. Why should he be sacked? I don't get some debate with some people. I had some like things where I discussed with people. Now the thing is, for me, there are two things. Like I tell one of my senior women and they talk on phone. There are two things involved for me. Number one is, like I said in the morning, we will give Arteta next season and this summer transfer window. Sign anybody where you know say you need to sign to fix the problem. Boko move forward, Boko win things. That is number one. Then if they carry everything where Arteta say in need, they can't give up on the platter of both. So yeah, take you say we know the sign. Oh yeah, we don't sign for you. If Arteta does not win the league, me on the talk say make dem sack am after 2025-2026 season if he no win anything. Now those who are saying they should not fire him, I don't ask una question now because me don't put my own opinion out there. I won't come ask una now. If after giving Arteta everything he needs, Arteta no come win anything next season, wetin make it happen? Na question wey me I dey ask una. Wetin make it happen? You get? Me na let me know. Make I know whether una go say no, make them no ever sack am. Make we just continue dey go like that till donkey years. Make we just dey trust the process dey go. Secondly is, if they no come give you wetin you dey find as a manager, the management is not giving you the tools to support your ambition of winning something. I say make I even ask you again, wetin make Arteta do? Because for me, the honorable way na say make you resign. And I'm not saying this because Arteta no be good manager. No, because people don't do am before Arteta. Make I give you some prime examples. Roberto De Zerbi quits Brighton because of him gets misunderstanding with Tony Bloom, who is the chairman of Brighton. Now, as of that time, De Zerbi come talk say him with the chairman no get the same ambition. They know they see things the same way because him feel say he no fit accept some kind things wey Tony Bloom dey tell am make he accept, because the Italian led Albion to 6th place in the Premier League and into Europe for the first time in first season. But Roberto De Zerbi, who is 45 years old, was unhappy with the lack of investment in his squad and openly criticized Tony Bloom after the 4-0 wey dem collect for Roma by stating this is a lesson to learn for the president to improve the team. As the president no improve the team, he left. He resigned. Everybody surprised. Say, another name on the list is Antonio Conte. When they come outside, criticize the players who didn't get for Tottenham Hotspur, criticize the chairman Daniel Levy, come out. Because he felt that Spurs failed to go far in the transfer spending to overhaul the squad. Meanwhile, Spurs themselves feel say they don't spend enough waiting. And that enough when they feel say they don't spend, in reality, they never spend anything. When you read the title of the report, it plains like, if you go online, all these stories are there for you to go and verify. Look at the PSG we beat us. Do you know how much PSG has spent in recent times? How much money they have spent? The investment? Look at Inter Milan we beat Barca. Inter has 3 strikers that I know. 3 strikers. They have Lautaro Martinez. They have Lilian Thuram. They still get a Mediterranean. They still get another person say, well, I don't even know. How many strikers do we have? And you want Arteta to perform magic? That is why for me, I would have felt Arteta, if they are not supporting your ambition, resign. And another top club will come for you. Look at Vincent's company. Oh, being the coach of Bayern Munich and they win trophies. That is how it is. You cannot do something out of nothing. You cannot say you are not supporting the manager and the manager self can't keep quiet, can't day. Because at the end of the day, now the manager people go the attack. The owners, you attack the owner say don't want to sell the club, you want to stay there. What he go do? He go kill the owner. But the manager is destroying his own legacy by staying there, just staying there. In fact, for Twitter, Premier League Out of Context posted this picture. Mikel Arteta in 2054, still talking about trust the process with grey hair. Check me out what I'm talking the morning. Say, is it when our own grandchildren don't grow, one of us don't get white hair, now then we'll come to win the trophy? Because those who they talk say, even if Arteta no win the next season, may they leave her. Even if they no win the next 2 seasons, may they leave her. Like it's unfair to sack him. We just leave and they go like that, leave and they go like that. If they are not supporting him, he keeps on staying there. This thing where Premier League Out of Context they talk, it might come to pass 2054 or 2038. We see they talk about trust the process. Because me now, I don't date 20-something years. We are still trusting the process. Maybe another generation will come. They will continue trusting the process. That is why we are saying you can't do the same thing and expect different results. The question once they ask you now, they say, if Arteta no win the league next season, what will make it happen? If they give them everything, then let me know on our thoughts for the comment section. Now, away from that, let's bring a message from one of our sponsors, Mr. Anaya, who's a real estate agent. So he has 14 plots of land for sale at Nora Scott's Luxury Estates, Ohia Igbelun, Rubber Estates, at the back of airports in Eberechi Eze local governments, area of River State. So for this 14 plots, 6 plots laid together, 4 plots laid together, and 3 plots laid together, and 1 is standing alone, and it's 1.2 million naira per plot. So if you're interested in these pieces of property, You can reach out to Mr. Anayo on 08032765227 or 08119329922. Like I said, if you're interested in this piece of property, reach out to him. Now, a new pope has arrived because the white smoke was popping at the Sistine Chapel. So Fabrizio Romano posted the trend on social media. So we now have a new pope, and it is Robert Francis Prevost is going to be the new pope. He has been unveiled as Pope Leon the 19th. I hope I got that right again, because all this that XIV. Make I quickly check myself. All right, it's the 14th. My wife just tell me say, now 14th. Okay, so it's the 14th Pope Leon the 14th. Okay, we wish him all the best. We don't have a new pope. All right, so away from that, now Leandro Trossard, according to Chris Whitley, is the subject of interest from Saudi Arabia and could leave Arsenal this summer. Yes. Now, what will they talk about? We need to strengthen that our left flank. Something has to give. Now, what will they talk? Because this crop of players we get now, you can't keep using them and expecting different results. Apart from manager, players have day. So now they talk, say, Arteta needs to change some of all these players, bring in fresh blood. Let us try a different approach. Good initiative. I'm happy that I saw this from Chris Whitley, because when I just saw that report, I was like, yes, what's I don't they talk about since? So at the same time, Sammy Mokbel of BBC Sports said Martin Zubimendi is expected to join Arsenal and will replace Jorginho. Okay, those Jorginho they join Flamingo. At the same time, he say Pate be one leave, but as Andrea Berta can't come in, so Andrea Berta obviously don't follow and talk. So probably that's why there's a change of direction. And if ask me, I call it think say it is possible to say maybe when Pate did Atletico Madrid, said Andrea Berta did there, because Berta stayed there for long. You get, so I believe two of them have some sort of relationship. You get, I don't know Shao, but I believe that should be the case. So at the same time, when you get from John Cross from the Mirror, so he says Zinchenko is likely to leave. Good. At the same time, there's interest on Saudi Arabia for Leandro Trossard, who has a year left on his contract, and his departure would pave the way for a new left winger, and Tomiyasu's future is uncertain. Good. That's what you're talking about. Something has to give. Something has to change. You can't keep using Martinelli and Trossard at the same time next season again and expect different magic. We need to change something. So all these things why they see, they make my mind they calm down. Yeah, just the rest. I don't say this summer, Arteta, Beretta, they go shock us, they go buy confirm. As in, we'll be proud. Now doing me at the same. Now, away from that. All right, Mikel Merino self come and secondly thank the Arsenal fans for everything we then do. They say thank you for being with us in this beautiful trip from start to finish. It doesn't end the way it didn't end the way we wanted it to, but there's no doubt that we left it all out there. On one hand, I feel disappointed. On the other hand, we're confident that this experience will help us when we get there in the future seasons. Let's stick together and finish the season in the best way. Yes, you've spoken very, very well. Now, Gary Lineker, on the point, say you don't need to be a footballing Einstein. You get to know, say the problem where Arsenal gets, the huge tactical problem where Arsenal get for Champions League, will make them lose against PSG because they no get striker. So you don't need to become like the most smartest person in the room to know these things. You get. And myself, I like the fact that yes, everybody know this, and I believe that's going to be one of the problems where they go face, because they say Arsenal started the game really well, but you don't need to be a footballing Einstein to work out what Arsenal's problem is and has been all season: a lack of firepower. There were so many good balls that came into the box with nobody there. We addressed this in the full-time analysis show when I talk and say Merino is not an out-and-out fox in the box, so that's striker instinct no dey in body. You get. Now Shearer continues that they've come up against an incredible goalkeeper who made some fantastic saves. The one from Martin Odegaard down to the left was off the charts. A great save. There were so many balls going into the box, and I was thinking, come on, somebody has to make a run. Somebody has to anticipate where the ball is going. And yeah, we've been saying it all season about their need for a centre forward. They know that. Everyone knows that, and it has showed up again. Well, it is what it is. We all know the problems, and our hopes now, we say, Arsenal will see how they will solve all these problems. Now, what will they talk? Now, Charles Watts, when they talk, say, this is an exclusive news from Charles Watts, who is an Arsenal correspondent, by the way. He said, Arsenal will spend big money on a winger. In fact, he can pick 2 players. Say, Moku, they watch out for those 2 players. So, writing in his latest exclusive column for the cut-off side, Charles Watts made it clear he's sure we will make a major Arsenal investment out wide. That's left side of the attack. And although he's not yet sure who the club will sign, he has named Xavi Simons and Eberechi Eze as the profile of player to watch out for. This season, I don't see Arsenal buying 2 strikers this summer, as I think they will spend big on another winger. Charles Watts said it's clear they need another option out wide, someone who can add to what they already have and help them open games up. If that be the case, I will subscribe that they go for Eberechi Eze, because that guy understands the Premier League. He scores spectacular goals. They score goals from out of the box. The guy is a creative player, so you don't go bad. Say that guy, they can't convert him. They play with Odegaard for inside the field. Like, it will make sense. You get. So I really like the guy. So you see what you're saying. Me, I would have preferred to sign 2 strikers, but Watts is so no fit sign 2 strikers, probably because of the budget we will get. So instead, we'll sign 1 member striker. They use the likes of Kai Havertz and maybe Gyökeres will still stay if you no go. Because if you're not signing 2 strikers, then you don't need to throw him away. So Gyökeres go there, Havertz go there, but Gyökeres will be number 1. Then probably either of those 2 will be number 2. Now the way it will be, they will sign another main striker to join Martinelli on that left. Look at what Martinelli was doing with Hakimi yesterday. Hakimi is one of the fastest fullbacks in the world. So Martinelli cannot use space to beat him. That's it. That was why Martinelli was struggling. Because when you look at that game, over 2 legs, they use 3 players, 2 players, they gang back Saka. Nobody they gang back Martinelli because they know he's not a threat. Now run is a run, and Hakimi is there to kill that threat. Hakimi was the player of the match. Player of the match yesterday. Hakimi. Why? That left he block no road. So that is why we need somebody that can dribble. Dribble Hakimi, dribble anybody. Nobody they rely on pace. Then if you now meet somebody who's faster than you now become stuck. But when you are tricky, no matter how fast Hakimi is, give her a shallow, you go like this, you go like this. That's dribbling, that's trickery. That's what you are looking for. But it is what it is. But just I know so we will upgrade. Now, the kind of talk said Gyökeres, according to the Daily Express, Gyökeres and Ruben Amorim don't get talk. Now, for that talk, they can't discuss. So Gyökeres when they tell Amorim say, he don't pick Arsenal. But the only way we will reconsider Manchester United. Now, if Manchester United qualify for Champions League, which was the origo faucet of that thing where Amorim when they talk that time say, anybody that wants to join us or don't want to join us because of Champions League, we don't need that person. You know, see that time where Amorim talk that thing. They don't talk say Amorim and Gyökeres do meeting. Me, I over Kaku, I don't plus 1 equals to 2. I talk and say there is no way, nobody will tell me. Don't anybody will tell me say these 2 no talk. Say now because of waiting Gyökeres tell and I make a release that she be today now. This thing where the Daily Express they drop. They drop am saying that today news, but me already do the 1 plus 1 equals to 2 that day. Look at May 8, they just drop them. But me already talking that time say these 2 people don't talk. There is no way you tell me say Amorim never carry phone and talk. So Baba clear am say see, I want to play Champions League. So if you don't get Champions League, I'm not joining. So I think you don't dey clearer now, which is why Manchester United will be very, very serious in winning that Champions that Europa League final against maybe Tottenham Hotspur or Bodo Glimt. Even the Bodo Glimt now they play Tottenham Hotspur, I see Bodo Glimt's home record because they play today. For their home record, they knock anybody, they knock Lazio, they knock people 3-0, 5-0. So only God know what will happen tonight. All right, let's bring a from another of our sponsor, Mobile World Associates and Co Limited. They are into construction services, dredging, canalization, real estate, and shore protection works. They are also into mechanical and fabrication services and procurement services nationwide. So if you want to reach out to them, you can call them on +234 80 and they're located at number 7 Kennywood Road, Orazi, opposite St. Stephen's Anglican Church, Port Harcourt. So if you're interested in any of the services, do reach out to them. Now, the biggest news of the night. Number the fact say the Daily Telegraph is telling us that Arsenal is going to be Victor Gyökeres' likely destination because the boy is sold on our project. But I just hope so because Andrea Beretta said they push the team fire for fire. I just hope it ends up like that. I will be the happiest Arsenal fan in the whole world. All right, my dear Arsenal lovers, I think it's a fine place for us to call the show and end. Like come your way tomorrow morning to give you the money news. So then thanks for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your night. Now, good night. I'm gonna get out. Right, guys. Ciao.